Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This week we are going down to the Eyre Peninsula and finishing off our South Australia trip. We have just finished the Flinders Ranges and Kev is currently cooking dinner whilst I finished editing that video. It's a long one, it's probably already up by now, but some awesome experiences out there, and just Flinders Ranges is just phenomenal. So if you haven't seen that, make sure to go back and watch our previous episode. But yeah, we are heading down to the Eyre Peninsula. We have made our first stop just on the side of a freeway, just a nice little rest spot. You can see here behind me, plenty of space here, and it's a free camp, which is perfect. It is about half an hour out of Kimba. We're going to stop off at Kimba because that's halfway across Australia and we need to get the photo. And then we'll head from Kimba down to Cowell. Both Kimba and Cowell have silos that we'll probably see as well. And then yeah, down the coast of the Eyre Peninsula before coming back up and doing a last stop at Bunder Cliffs is the plan, and then crossing over into WA. Stay tuned. Alright, Kev's got his own little thing happening back here with his music on and food cooking, and I've just flown the drone up. The sun's sort of gone away now, but it was a really pretty sunset, and where we are there's a lot of road trains going past and Kev really wanted me to get those, so I've flown the drone up and we'll pop that footage up so you can see it. But yeah, nothing much else to see other than red dirt, shrubs, sky, patrol, rooftop, me. Another dinner in the car. Tonight's dinner is like it was like a parcel. Stuffed chicken parcel. Yeah, it had like tomato and garlic and cheese and all that sort of stuff in it, but we cut it up after trying to cook it as a parcel because it just wasn't cooking properly. That looks like it's not cooked, but it's just the colour of the chicken. But anyway, yeah, dinner in the car. Good morning. Once again, I'm on coffees and old mate's in there just catching up on all of his friends. So coffees are made with some Tim Tams. Yum.
Rightio, we both washed our hair, had a bit of a wash behind the car in the freezing cold water. It was so cold last night, it must have been a bit foggy. We are packed up and ready to launch to Kimba.
Alright, we've made it halfway across Australia. Kimba's also well known for its big galah, so we've pulled out the front of the big galah. It's also a tourist shop and has another halfway across Australia sign, so we'll go and check that out as well.
All the souvenirs you can get here.
Alright, that was pretty cool. We got ourselves a sticker for the fridge. Just grab it out.
And a bucket of chicken.
And Kev really wanted something to eat, so we got a bucket of chicken strips. They're actually really good. Really chickeny. Yum. Next spot is the Kimba silo.
Righto, we've rocked up at the viewing area for the big silo art.
That is it for Kimba. We've just had a little bit of a rest on the side of the road for about 20-25 minutes. I've just been working on scheduling some Instagram posts and having a look at some photos. To be honest, I hate that part of this, but it'll be great to look back on when we get back home. So I'm just pushing through. Cowell's about 56 minutes from here. I've just got it up on my phone. If it'll focus on there. Hello. There we go. 56 minutes, so the plan is to head to Cowell, has a nice silo there, and then that's the start of our Eyre Peninsula along the beach / coastline drive. Ready? Alright, we just got to the silos. This is my favourite one. I think I said it before, but just the colours and the detail in this is incredible. Definitely well worth a look if you're around the area. Alright, that is it for Cowell. We're going to head towards Lucky Bay now, which isn't too far away, and stop and have some lunch. Just got to Lucky Bay. To be honest, nothing special. I was expecting a bit more than this. A lot of seaweed everywhere. The water's really clear. It has that classic South Australian clear line before it goes into the blue on a lot of their beaches down here. But yeah, nothing too special, unfortunately. We've just had lunch in Lucky Bay and we're going to head back towards Cowell. It's only like 10 minutes away. It's not too far. We're going to head back towards Cowell because they have a laundromat there and we have a full load of washing that needs doing. So we'll go and do that, have a look around, see if we can do some fishing while we're waiting for the laundry to wash and dry. And
happy days.
Happy days. Alright, we've currently been parked up for about an hour and a half. I've got my jumper hanging on the window and my laptop on my knee. Just uploading some videos onto YouTube. So I'm currently trying to upload 2 at once, which is why it's taking so long. I'm doing part 1 and part 2 of the Flinders Ranges, just so they're ready to go for Wednesday. It's just like, if I have service and I have really good service, I try and schedule my posts. Wow, that is hot. Sorry. Look at it. Oh yeah. Uploading part 1 and 2 because I have good reception, so I'm just scheduling them to upload on Wednesday. So even though I'm uploading them now, you guys can't see them until Wednesday. So I'm doing that now, so it's done and I don't have to worry about it. So there'll be 2 parts. Part 1 will come out Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Well, if you're watching this, they would have already come out, but 7 a.m. and then the second one at night time. So yeah, that's what we're currently doing. And then we are heading to our campsite tonight, which is at Redcliffs Beach.
Another silo art. This one's in Tumby Bay. We've already signed out the visitor book on the way in. Kevin did a wonderful job. This one you can't really get that close to. Hey, we've finished up at Tumby Bay, seen the silo. We're going to head down to Redcliffe Beach where we'll be staying tonight. Apparently there's a nice campsite by the beach there that's free, so we'll go check that out and hopefully we'll catch a fish, because in the reviews 2 days ago there was a fella that caught a 47 centimetre flathead there, so fingers crossed. So on the way we just saw some geese and they were nibbling on like a feed bag, and Kev goes, would you ever help a goose that's nibbling on something? And I was like, oh yeah, would you? And he's like, no, they're vicious. And I was like, yeah, have you seen the inside of their mouth? And he's like, no. So I'm about to show him the inside of their mouth. I've literally just got it up on Google. Reckons he's never seen it before. I've never been inside one. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're vicious. Anyone that hasn't seen before, there you go. So to answer his question, yes, I still would help the goose, but I'd just be very careful. We have arrived. We've found ourselves a nice little spot by the water. Kev's just rigging up the rods. Got the car here. There's a few other people down there, but not too many people. Tents up, and yeah, we're gonna go fishing. And yeah, the gentleman just up there next to us was fishing when we got here, and we were chatting to him, and he thinks that he was getting no bites or anything like that, but he was lure fishing off the rocks there. So we've got some pippy and pilchard that we're gonna chuck out. I've also still got the Halco spinner and streaker, I think it was, as well, that we can try. But I don't know, I'm just not a big lure fisher. I never have been. Never ever been a big person on lures. To be honest, I just don't know enough about them, don't know how to use them properly, so I chuck them on and stuff. And I lose them, yeah. Try them in rivers, but I'm not a fan. I'm a bait fisher all the way. Stinks and it's slimy and it gets on your fingers, but it's the best way to go.
As usual, cracking sunset. Bloody bugger all wind here. Just no frickin' fish. I've just woken up and the sunrise here is gorgeous. Have a look at this. I don't know if this picks it up on here. Wow. So pretty. We've packed up here at Redcliffe Beach and we're just about to head into the town, and then we're going to make our way down the coast a little bit further. Not 100% sure where we're staying tonight. I think there was a place called Horricks that's a free camp and supposed to be really nice as well, so we might check that out. We'll just see where the day takes us today and come along with us. I've been a bit slack with the updates, but we're about 5 minutes out of Port Lincoln. We got stuck talking to a gentleman at Tumby Bay. He was telling us about all of the spots to go down this end of South Australia, like Coffin Bay and all of that, and then he was talking to us about WA as well, so we're having a good chat to him, and he has suggested having a look at Memory Cove, which I think was on my list anyway, and yeah, we'll just see where the day takes us. I'm excited to have a look in Port Lincoln. It's supposed to be a nice big area and also the great white shark capital of Australia, so
pretty cool. All right, we have arrived in Port Lincoln. We also found a BCF and only managed to spend $20, which was pretty good. We just need to get some new surf sinkers because we have lost a couple to the surf. I'm really shocked. This is such a massive town, but yet every single store at 10 o'clock on a Sunday is closed, apart from milk bars and cafes. They're the only things that are open. Everything else is closed. And it's literally like this town is booming. We just went for a walk down the street and there actually was one shop open called EP Surf and they had 50% off some clothes. So, well, yeah, just clothes. I had a look on the racks and found a really cute top, which I'll show you. I just got like a little Thrills top because I thought it would be cute with a skirt that I got.
Yes, queen.
And then Kev got a new pair of thongs because he always seems to pull the plug out of his songs and then he's always using washers or bread clips or whatever. So, have a look at these bad boys.
Pluggers. Bottle opener in the bottom. Can't pull that bad boy out.
And they're so thick. Like, look at show from the side.
Like my foot actually sits like here. And
show from the
they're
side.
so wide.
Move your fingers so people can see how thick. They're really, really thick.
Hello. Just pulled up Billy Light's Point in Port Lincoln after looking at the map on what there was to do around here. There's heaps of tours and cruises you can go on, but we've just decided to see if we can not reel in a fish once again. So we're going to try this outdoor bit out here. She's pretty low at the moment, but I don't know. Apparently it's good fishing, so we'll see how we go.
I think we'll just forever be a part of the CFAC club. Alright. Doesn't look promising, to be honest. There's no one down there. It's low tide. All the rocks are exposed.
It's Sunday.
And it's a Sunday, yeah, and the weather's beautiful, so it's weird that there's no one down there. But you know what? It might just mean that this place was just meant for us. Who knows? Or it might mean that we're getting it snagged. Probably the second one. Alright, this gives you a better view of how rocky it is down here. I'm literally just balancing on oh shit, with my Crocs on these big rocks. We were going to go there, but it's a little bit too rocky because there's some bigger rocks blocking the way. We thought we might try this spot. We'll have a look over here first. Pardon? Where? I don't see him. Kev reckons he saw a bait fish. I reckon he's full of shit. Can't see anything. What's the verdict?
Yeah, it might be alright. They're all like pebble rocks, they're not big boulder rocks by the looks of it.
Can you see any pippy shells?
No. Oh yeah.
Where?
One of those.
Oh, yep. Pippy shells, evidence of people being here. Alright, we'll give it a go. Just came in from having a fish and as usual caught nothing. So we are on our way to Coffin Bay, which I think we're going to stay there tonight, but we'll see what it's like when we get there. It's supposed to be really pretty. So, alright, we've just arrived in Coffin Bay and I spotted a gelati van just on the Esplanade. So we had to turn around because when you see a gelati van, it's rude not to visit it. There she is. It's called One Scoop or Two. What about 3 or 4?
Hey. Ice creams are done and dusted. We've just pulled up at, they call it Long Beach, it's in the Coffin Bay National Park for some lunch. It actually looks very nice out there.
The water is just so clear here, all the way along. So I think Kev said before we're in the national park, so you can camp around here, but they are paid campsites and you have to pay to enter the park. I think where we're going to stay is just on the other side. There's some free camping on the other side. It's not considered Coffin Bay camping area, but it's still the same bay. It's still called Coffin Bay that meets up to that spot. So we'll have some lunch here, have a little bit of a look around, and then we'll head over to the camp spot. Speaking of lunch, Kev's over here cooking. We're having some toasties. What a good husband. Coffin Bay is really pretty. The water is super, super clear and it's known for its oysters. Kev and I are not big oyster fans. We've got a few friends at home that love oysters, but they are just not for us. I just can't deal with the texture. But yeah, if we were, we would have loved to try some. Apparently they're the best that you can eat here, and super fresh, obviously, because it's known for its oysters. But yeah, not for us this time. The water, like I said, super clear. It's a super flat, still day, barely any wind. And yeah, it would have been really, really nice to get out and do some oyster picking or oyster finding. But we'll save that for the people that enjoy eating them, hey? We are heading towards our campsite tonight, which is on the other side of Coffin Bay. It's at a place called Izzy's Find, and it looks really pretty from the photos, and they reckon there's dolphins there of a night time, so we'll see if we're lucky enough to see a pod of dolphins. All right, we've just gotten to tonight's camp, and the car is on quite a bit of an angle. We're sort of like on the other side of Coffin Bay. This is called Izzy's Find, this campground. It's a free campground. But we're on quite a bit of an angle. I don't know if you can see from the camera. We've tried driving it up on some rocks and they just weren't big enough. There's a perfect size rock there, but Kev picked it up and there was jumping jacks in a nest underneath, so he doesn't want to use that one. And he found this shovel that somebody obviously has lost
Fold up
here.
little shovel left here for me.
I would doubt someone would leave it here on purpose because it's brand new. So the cycle of life, hey? Because Kev lost his really good knife a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. His special one that he got for a birthday, all engraved. So I guess good things come around. Although the person who left this shovel here probably isn't feeling the love.
Holly doesn't believe me, but if I dig a little hole in that front left corner is going to go down. And I need to bring this front right up, so put rocks there. It should level it out.
I thought you were going to dig both sides, like both tyres from the back there.
I'll puff just after that.
Alright, should we see if it works?
I think I need a bigger rock.
Yeah, I think so. Alright, go, I'll tell you. That's pretty good. That's near perfect, Kev.
Fig jam.
Have a look, see what you think from the back. I don't think you can get better than that.
Yeah, I could probably put that bigger rock there. I reckon I might do that. Anyway, that'll do for now.
Or you could dig out a bit more of that outside. After all that, he's gone and moved spots anyway.
Yeah, well, when I was driving up on the rock, I found a heaps lower bit over here, so I thought I'd just do that.
But anyway, it's not amazing, but the views are pretty cool. Unfortunately, the campsite's really rocky and has a few jumping jacks and stuff, but look, I'm not being picky because it's free, and have a look at this.
Joke's on them, because this thing, look how flat packed this shovel is.
This is so cool.
Should be fishing. Might actually go for a fish.
Have a look how clear the water is. Super clear.
I'll take it back. What a cracking spot this is. I think I was just a little bit frustrated and sweaty from being on the shovel and moving rocks. Tent's up, kitchen's set up. Hol's got her fishing rod she's going to try. She reckons she just saw a stingray in the water, so...
I don't reckon, it's on a drone.
Oh, it's on the drone, sorry. So she did see a stingray in the water.
You call me a liar?
So watch her snap her 3 kilo rod on a freaking massive stingray. This freaking tin ass. First cast. What do we got?
What else we got? Oh, that's a... What is that? Yeah.
Bait trout.
Keep it for bait. Right on, brother. Wait.
She's done it again. She's outfished me. Officially. You've heard it here first, folks. She's done it.
Hang on. The hook's stuck on there.
This is getting out of hand now. I didn't put a rod in because I'm just sick of not catching anything. She just freaking double hooked.
The top one's a nice size too.
That's insane.
Alright, Kev played with the camera settings and for some reason the sound's not working, but I went on to catch another good whiting that night. And then there was a few more fish after that. And then Kev started recording himself and decided to have a meltdown and scream because he just couldn't catch any fish.
Morning. What a night. We obviously pulled up at this camp spot yesterday and we thought we'd try fishing, and we got onto a heap of freaking bay trout or salmon. Holly got one really nice whiting, so we kept the whiting and one of the bigger bay trouts. I filleted them and they're in the fridge for dinner one night. But we figured while we're here, if we're going to have such good bait like the carcass and the head of the whiting and the salmon that I just filleted, we'll throw it back out and see what we can get. So that we did after we had dinner. And I put the bells on Holly's little pen rod that had a little whiting carcass on it. And the bells were going off for a bit, so we took the bells off and put it on the surf rod. The surf rod had the two heads on it, had the whiting and the salmon head on it, with massive hooks, like they were like that long. And then from there, it sort of just went nuts. So the surf rod got an absolute massive scream and just kept whacking like it was just going nuts. So Holly had that, and from then it sort of quieted down and went real sad because it screamed off, and Holly did the drag up and the bloody shitty BCF leader or rig snapped at the crimp, or just pulled straight through the crimp. So we lost that one, whatever that was. That felt nice though. That didn't feel like a ray because it kept knocking. And then that other rod that kept getting taps was obviously a ray because it sat there for 10 minutes just tapping it, and then all of a sudden it screamed, and when I picked the rod up it just bent over and just snapped the leader again in the same spot. So I thought, oh, we've still got a bit of salmon, so I made up my own leaders after watching a couple of videos on YouTube, the old how-to. Threw the scraps out and we were there till 12 o'clock pretty much, just watching the rods just tap, 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 but not much action after that really. Nothing would really bite. It was a pretty big head that was left, so whatever it was needed to be pretty big to actually take it. But yeah, we had a...
Which is why it was so disappointing when
yeah.
the bloody rod went, because it was clearly something huge. I reckon
Holly reckons that she did the drag up because she shit herself. She thought she was going in the water. It was pulling that hard.
I was saying to Kev before that, yeah, when I was out on the rocks, like I've been fishing my whole life since I was a young girl, and not much really scares me. Like I am, if you haven't picked up already, I get excited when the word fishing is mentioned. Like I am all for it. But I've never shit myself more. Like the rod literally bent in half. It nearly got ripped out of my hands. And I just shat myself and did the drag up, and I thought I did the drag up too tight and it was all my fault, but Kev is trying to make me feel better by saying it's a BCF rig. To be honest, I think it's a bit of both, but
the BCF rig would have snapped as soon as it got under tension. Doesn't matter how tight you did the bloody thing up.
But yeah, that whatever was on the end of that was, I reckon it was a gummy. It was freaking huge.
It had a nice tail on it, whatever it was. It kept smacking. We're in Port Lincoln, it could have been a great white, so...
No, Mum reckons a great white would have bitten through the line. I
Yeah,
did say
yeah.
that to Kev. It could have been a juvenile great white. But so if anyone is from like well, not in Port Lincoln, we're in Coffin Bay, but if anyone is from Coffin Bay and knows like what big fish target this area, let us know, because
I'll tell you what though, it is a good spot for fishing. You just stand on the rocks there. It's beautiful. It's not too deep up against the rocks. It probably gets maybe 1.5 meters deep max on high tide.
Yeah.
And you just smash pippy. Like, there's bay trout out there, they just absolutely love it, and obviously, yeah, there's a couple whiting, but we'll have to try again. I think we're going to stay here again tonight. We'll go and get some more pippy, and I've got a few bits of whiting left that I can chuck out on the surfy or whatever and see what we get from there.
We're even blessed with some dolphins that came in. There was
Yeah.
a mum and her baby as well, that I happened to just catch on the drone. Dolphins came in and had a little play, and gee, they're speedy. One of them just shot off that quickly. It was awesome. So they might even come back tonight, and I might be able to get some more footage. We'll see how we go, but yeah.
Alright, we've decided to stay. Holly's just gone back into town to go get some pippies. I've got the rods out. The bells are jingling every now and then, but nothing's taken them yet. So if think there is a boat out there too, and they just caught something nice from what they were yelling out. So, fingers crossed. Also, I don't know if Holly's already showed you or not, but all that like wooden fence looking stuff in the water is the oyster farm around here. They had boats going to and from them this morning with nets. They must like tie nets on and the oysters attach themselves, and then they just untie the net and take them back to shore and pick all the oysters off. I'm tipping, I don't know, that's what it looked like they were doing.
Alright, so we've been here all day. We're going to stay again tonight, like we said this morning. And Kev has just gotten a whiting, a pretty good one too. I reckon it's bigger than mine. You reckon?
Nah,
hang on, I'll come a bit closer.
I'll be honest. It's not.
Hang on.
It's still size, but...
Oh, not bad.
Not bad.
There he is.
He's pretty good.
Happy as Larry. Alright, we've been fishing all day and the sun is just setting. We caught a couple of bay trout / salmon, and the real showstopper is under my jumper here because they were getting out.
We reeled in a jumper.
We got heaps of whiting. So we already had one last night that I got, but there is 6 or 7 in there. Six. So yeah, 6 whiting today, all over the size limit or size minimum, which is great. You can just see the channel out there. So we're going to get these whitings scaled and cut. We'll keep the heads, and Kev will keep the carcasses and things, and we'll throw those back out for bait and see if we can't, get whatever was on our line yesterday.
You should have seen the bloody, when we were reeling in the whiting, there must have been a school because it was pretty quiet all day. We were just catching bay trout, and then I caught one, and then Holly caught one, and then it was just one after the other sort of thing. But as we were reeling them in, all the little whiting were following it in, so it must have been a school literally right there, and you could see all the little fish following them.
Yeah, just out in the water in front of us. Yeah. And then Kev's rod, like he went to go get a drink, and he's like, "Can you just watch my rod?" And I swear it always happens when he leaves, but the rod nearly took off into the water, and
Holly fell.
I don't think that does it justice, but I've like cut myself up. Because I fell on the rocks. Luckily I didn't go in the water, but yeah, fell on the rocks pretty bad and like grazed myself up. But the rod didn't go in the water, so thank goodness, because if I hadn't have actually jumped and grabbed the rod, it would have gone in the water. So you're welcome, Kev.
Morning. Well, that's it for Coffin Bay. What a great spot. Victoria needs more spots like this where you can just go out and fish all day and literally camp right beside it. There's not many spots in Victoria like that. The fishing was good. We got 7 whiting in the end, or 6 whiting, sorry. A few bay trout. And then last night we went out and only got some rays, so we just gave up. It was only 9 o'clock and we thought we'd just go to bed and watch a movie, so we did that.
Did it snap off?
I don't think so. It's swimming upstream. Rays don't normally swim upstream. Oh, you bastard!
I'll reel mine in.
Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He's coming in. Come on, Papa. Come on. Today's mission is to find a bin so I can empty the big ass bin bag here because she's chockers. Find potable water so I could fill up the tank, because when I was rinsing off the table and knives and that last night after doing the fish, it was starting to cough and splatter and carry on, so it must be sucking air, must be low. And find somewhere to charge Holly's laptop, because we went to plug it in the inverter yesterday, and because it's a MacBook and a special Apple product, it's got some big ass wall adapter thing and it hits everything where the inverter's mounted, so I've either got to go buy a double adapter and try and kink it out, or find another plug for it. But anyway, that's an us problem, not a you problem. We're off to Horricks it's called. It's just a beach camp there. So yeah, we'll probably end up, fishing again, who knows, probably. Maybe. Anyway, stay tuned.
We just stopped into the Coffin Bay general store and just got something to eat. and had a look, and there wasn't really any power points there. We went to the barbecue area as well, no power points there. We did fill up our potable water, and yeah, we're just making our way to our next campsite, which is Horricks. Was it Horricks? Yeah, Horricks campsite, which is apparently really nice. It's a very similar look to like Bundercliff type of things, where you're like on the edge, and there's a beach below you. So we'll go and check that out. To be honest, I'm feeling a bit bored. There's not much around here, unless you love oysters, like I spoke about yesterday. So, and even from here to the spot we're going next, there's not really much to do. So we have got bait. We might just be doing a lot of fishing. But yeah, I don't even know if we'll find a power point or anything, because there's no major towns for quite a while. So we'll just see how we go. All right, we have just gotten to Horricks spot. There's only one other couple camping just on the left-hand side of us, but it's reminding me a little bit of the Bunder Cliffs. I'll turn around and show you.
Freaking awesome. There's even a little ladder.
Yeah. So you can go all the way out to the edge, and they have this little ladder here down to the beach and another one down there, and it just overlooks this whole spot here. I'll fly the drone up and show you the view with the drone. It's a little bit windy, but the drone should be okay to shoot some views and show you guys. So we just went for a little bit of a fish, and I reckon it lasted all of 20 minutes. Climbed down those sketchy ladders on the side. I went down first, and then Kev passed all the gear down to me. We just did that twice for the 2 ladders. But when we got down the bottom, the tide was coming, well, the tide is coming in, so there wasn't much room down the bottom, and it was already crashing at us, and there's some big rocks there, so it got a bit dangerous. But not only that, you couldn't actually really feel any bites in the surf because the waves were just too heavy and our sinkers weren't heavy enough. So we need to get some heavier surf sinkers because we've lost a couple to some snags. But yeah, there was something eating the whiting fillet that we had on there, but obviously don't know what it was because you couldn't really feel the bites with the surf. So that was a bit of a pooper, bit of a stinker, but that's all right. You get that. Yeah. So Kev broke his Darchie camp chair, broke one side, and then I leant on the other side and broke the arm off the other side. So the arms are just really weak on it, but he's decided he is going to do a bit of bush mechanics or beach mechanics.
Beach mechanics.
And fix it.
That's it.
He reckons he can screw 2 holes on the arm piece and then 2 holes on the other side and cable tie it together. So
stitch it. It's called stitching.
Good luck to him.
She can laugh all she wants, but joke's on her. Just got to wrap some structural tape around it, and yeah, that should see me out. Okay, good morning. We have just woken up here at Horricks spot, and it's a very cold morning with dew everywhere on absolutely everything. So I have a feeling we'll be here for a while drying everything off. But we're going to leave this episode here, and if you want to see what we get up to in this week or this coming week, please stay tuned for episode 8.